Happy New Year, guys. I'm so happy to see you in 2023. Like we all prayed to be in 2023. And trust me, 2023 is going to be a good year for each and every one of us. It's going to be a year that a lot of companies are going to say yes, yes, yes to your application. So just be intentional this year. Don't stop applying for jobs. Keep applying for jobs. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some jobs in high demands in the UK. Jobs that you can do without any qualification. If you remember in my previous video, I mentioned some jobs you can just do online training and also get some experience and start applying for jobs in the UK, because a lot of people are not applying for those jobs, and it will make it easy for you to get a job in those sectors I mentioned in my previous video. If you're able to go through the process, you don't need a degree for you to be able to get those jobs. This is when to start doing some online courses, get somebody to train you if you can on those areas, so you can be able to migrate to the UK in 2023. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you jobs that are in high demand in the UK in 2023. So you have to start getting ready to move to the UK as soon as possible. So the UK government have a shortage occupation list which comprises of all the jobs you can do in the UK with visa sponsorship. So the jobs I'm going to mention in this video are jobs that can sponsor your visa from any part of the world to come to the UK to work and stay on the skilled worker visa. So the first on my list is for programmers and software developers. So if you are a programmer or a software developer, you can actually move to the UK on a skilled worker visa. All you can do is to go to the list on the government website and check out for companies that are currently recruiting and sending your application to them. And for you to be a programmer or a software developer in the UK, you don't need any degree for you to be that. You just need to go through the training, understand what it is, gain experience, and you can apply for a job. And if you're able to get the job, you can move to the UK on the skilled worker visa. Some companies can sponsor you for 3 years and some can sponsor you for 5 years. So check out for companies that are currently recruiting programmers and software developers, because they're highly needed in the UK. The next on my list is for cybersecurity specialists. This is another jobs in high demand in the UK. So if you've got the training, if you have all it requires, if you have the experience and you apply for a job in that sector, you'll be able to move to the UK with your family. And like I said, you don't need any academic qualification for you to get these jobs. All you just need to do is to understand what cybersecurity is all about, have the required experience from the recruiting company, and apply for jobs, and you'll be able to get it. The next on my list is for healthcare services and residential care. We know how important the healthcare workers are in the UK, and a lot of people have resigned as healthcare workers, care workers, nurses in the UK, which is why they are highly in demand every time, every season in the UK. In fact, a lot of people have been asking me if the care worker visa is going to stop on the 15th of February this year, 2023, which for me, I still don't think is going to stop, because the government is still looking for a lot of healthcare workers to move to the UK. So I don't think that's going to stop, because this particular sector is in high demand in the UK, and I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. It's also very easy for you to become a healthcare worker, even if you don't have any academic qualification, which I know a lot of my viewers, a lot of my subscribers have moved to the UK as healthcare workers without any academic qualifications. All you need to do is just to do some of the online trainings, go to hospitals in any country where you're located, go and have some experience and start applying for jobs. So this particular sector is still highly in demand in the UK this 2023, which is why I don't think that the healthcare worker visa is going to stop on the 15th of February, but we are still looking out for it. We are still waiting to hear what the government will say about it this year. The next on my list is architects. They are highly needed in the UK. For you to be an architect in the UK, you need academic qualification. The first three I've mentioned, you don't need any academic qualification, but for you to be a qualified architect in the UK, you need academic qualification. So if you are an architect in any part of the world, you're watching this video, start searching for jobs. I'm going to leave the link to the government website of companies that can sponsor your visa. Go check them out. See if they are recruiting right now from overseas and sending your application as soon as possible. The next on my list is for graphic designers. If you're a graphic designer and you're currently looking for a job in the UK, spend enough time on Indeed. I used to see a lot of job adverts for graphic designers with visa sponsorship. Check on Total Jobs. You'll be able to find some jobs that can sponsor your visa. And for you to be a graphic designer, you do not need any academic qualification, but bear in mind that you will need an IELTS. So if you don't have a degree that you can convert to NARIC or ethics, try and register for IELTS from now and start getting ready. So just in case you're able to get the job, just as you know you don't need any academic qualification to get the job, if you're able to get the job, then you already have your IELTS for you to use for your visa. So you don't wait to get the job and you now start preparing for your IELTS. And just in case you don't pass your IELTS the first time, the company may not be ready to wait for you to register for another IELTS. So if you don't have any academic qualification, as earlier mentioned, this is the best time to register for your IELTS and start preparing for your IELTS while you are applying for jobs in the UK. Next on my list is physical scientists. They are also needed in the UK. And another job in high demand in the UK is a teaching job. And we all know that the UK government have added more countries to the list of countries that are qualified to apply for QTS, which I'm so happy that Nigeria is one of them. So if you're a teacher and you're in any part of the world that is qualified to apply for QTS, this is the best time for you to start getting all your documents ready. So once the site is open on the 1st of February 2023, you will hurriedly apply and start applying for a job. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below where you can start searching for teaching jobs with visa sponsorship in the UK. Next on my list is for chefs. Chefs are highly needed in the UK. I'm sure a lot of people will be surprised at how come chefs are needed in the UK. If you work in the hospitality industry, which I do, you will know that chefs are really needed in the UK, especially continental chefs. They are highly needed. And I'm also going to give you a website which I am very sure of, as some of my subscribers have gotten jobs through that website as chefs, as restaurant managers, assistant restaurant managers in the hospitality industry, and that website is called Gold Star Chef. So check Gold Star Chef. You will be able to see some jobs there on their website that will sponsor you from overseas to the UK. The last on my list for today is finance and accounting. So a lot of banks are currently recruiting people from overseas. HSBC, BARCLAYS, NATWEST, a lot of high street banks. I'm going to leave the names of the banks you can check out, or you can also go to Google and check out banks that are recruiting overseas, accountants and all of that. Check them out and apply to them if they've got any space available. But a lot of high street banks are currently recruiting accountants from overseas. So if you are an accountant and you are in overseas and you're thinking of relocating to the UK, check out all the UK banks, especially the high street banks, which I'm going to leave the names in the description box below, and see if they have any vacant position that you've got all the requirements. Like I always mention in my video, that the UK is always interested in experience. So it's not like a country that if you've got all the certifications, you can just use your certification without experience to get a job. So before you apply for any job in the UK, it is very important that you have experience in that sector or in that particular job you're applying for. And also, if somebody who has got a lot of certifications, a lot of certificates apply for the same job, whereas you have got a lot of experience in that job, they will most likely give it to you that have got more experience in that job, because they know that they will not have to train you so much on that job. So before you apply for any of the jobs in these sectors I have mentioned, ensure you have experience in those areas and add your experience to your CV before you send out your CV, so you stand a better chances of being invited for an interview. And if you're able to go through the interview and you succeed, then you should be in the UK with your family. Or if you don't have a family yet, you should be in the UK in few months. One of the things I will need you to know before you submit any application, ensure you go through the job description. Like I used to always mention in my videos, if you go through the job description and you've got similar experience, try to paraphrase your CV to match what they are looking out for. So that will give you a better opportunity, to give you a higher chances of being invited for an interview. And hopefully, if you're able to pass the interview, then you should be able to get your certificate of sponsorship and you go for your visa application and you're in the UK. Don't forget, like I used to say in my videos, if you don't have any qualification in this 2023, you haven't registered for your IELTS, please, this is the best time for you to register and start preparing for it. So just in case you're able to get a job, you can just apply for your visa. Last year, some of my subscribers did not come to the UK. That's because they don't have their IELTS, and when they registered for IELTS, they didn't pass it the first time, and the organizations they got the job with couldn't wait for them. They gave it to people that are ready. So I wouldn't want you to be in that position of getting a job and not being able to come because of your IELTS. So this is the best time to prepare and be positive. Hopefully, before we get to the second quarter of the year, you should be in the UK by God's grace. So guys, we've actually come to the end of this video, and if you find this video helpful, do hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. And also do share this video with your friends and loved ones. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're not following me on my new Instagram account or my Facebook account, I'm going to leave the links in the description box and in the pinned comment, because I'll be doing most of my live streaming on Facebook and also on my Instagram page. So if you're not following me yet on those two platforms, do click on the link in the description box and follow me. So each time I go live, I'll be able to share some vital information that I'm not able to film a video at the moment. So you can use those information to help yourself this 2023. Thank you very much, and see you right in my next video. Bye bye for now.